Okay, I got one of these things, which was very much like one of those things. This one's supposed to have 400 games, not quite. And this one's supposed to have 500 games, not quite. Now, one of the things about this one I didn't like was the battery that I got with it was garbage, and it lasted about an hour. So I went online and I found a Nokia battery. Well, it says it's Nokia, I don't know, it could be knockoff, but it's lasted about 3.5 hours and I haven't had to charge it yet. So if you get one of these things, you might get it with a crappy battery and you might want to get a new battery. The battery that came with this one, same as the battery that came with the other one, but this one's lasted about 2 hours. Still not as good as the Nokia, or the Nokia maybe. I would recommend, if you get one of these things, that you get an independent standalone charger, something like this. I think I paid $30 for this at Walmart. These devices are built so cheap, I would be worried about plugging this in overnight that it would catch fire. And I would assume the less work you put on one of these things, the better. But that's up to you. I just happen to have a charger, so I use that, and it works fine. The nice thing about these things is they show you what percentage the battery is charged up. So once it hits 100%, you know you're good to go. Whereas these things, you plug it in and, I don't know, you just wait. So it's the same design as that one, on, off. You can plug it in with that and run it with that cable with no battery. Volume. Now, one thing about this one is it came with really short audio-video cable, which was almost useless unless you wanted to sit like a foot in front of your TV. Whereas this one came with a nice long cable. I thought, wow, nice job. Only problem is, cable didn't work. So it didn't work on this one, and it didn't work on that one. Yet this cable worked on that one and that one. So I got a defective cable. So I got a defective battery with that one, and I got a defective cable with this one. These things are about as cheap as you can imagine, so odds are you're going to get one and it might have problems, but you know, they're pretty cheap. Roll the dice. You can have some fun with it. Now, the games are pretty much the same. I've made a list of the games. I'll post a link. You can see what there are. There aren't 400 there, and there aren't 500 here. Around 300 it starts to double back. I think the only game that one had extra was Paperboy. This one doesn't have Paperboy. They both have Tetris. This one's got a couple extra Konami games, I think Russian Attack and Road Fighter. It also has Space Invaders. Now, if you're curious about what these things look like inside, there's a video. I'll post a link to that in the description, showing you what the inside looks like. It's just a board with a chip. So unless you know how to override that chip, you're stuck with the games you get. Now, there's enough games here that, you know, you should find something you like. The knockoff games are garbage. You'll be playing the NES game. Well, I guess you play whatever you want to play. But for myself, I was just playing the NES games. And there was enough games there that made this sort of worthwhile. There's Galaxy and there's Galaga. The Tetris is okay. The Russian Attack is okay. Dig Dug's okay. 10-Yard Fight is okay. Now, one thing I did notice was when I played 10-Yard Fight on this one, it was okay. When I played 10-Yard Fight on this one, the game played okay, but the logos on the field were chopped up. So this one seems to run a little bit better. But you know, I could still play 10-Yard Fight on that one. But if I had the choice of which one to get, unless I really like Paperboy, I'd get this one. I think I paid, what did I pay? $10 for this, something like that. So for $10, it's worth it. Just don't expect, you know, a high quality thing that's going to last forever. I have no idea how long this is going to last. These buttons are kind of squishy. But you know what? You pay $10, what do you expect you're going to get? I think you'll have some fun with some of these games. Just don't buy it thinking, oh, I'm going to get 500 games. You're not. You're going to get maybe 10 to 15 NES games, and the rest are just garbage. But you know, if there's a few games you like for me, this alone for Galaxian is worth it. For 10-Yard Fight, it's worth it. So there may be some game in there that is worth it for you. But the build quality is super cheap. You may get a defective battery. On that one I had a piece of dust. I had to open it up to get rid of the dust. This one, surprisingly, I didn't. But you know what? If you got $10, $5, whatever it is, you're bored, it's alright. Just know what you're getting yourself into. That's it.